Okay. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. Alright, can everybody see? It's good. Chilling. Yeah. Alright. Okay, why is my chart blue? What the hell? Um, that's annoying. Mm, why is this? Is it this? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not using volume. I don't know why it does that. Alright, let's get into this. Okay, why are my candles so gray? Hold up. Alright, Bert choose background. My background, so I love this color scheme. It's like kind of depressing, but it's chill. ES here, NQ here, cool. Let's go next New York session. Alright, so we'll do like 30-ish minutes, 40 minutes back to this thing. And I'll just explain what's happening. So first thing, someone told me how to like do top-down analysis when I start out the day. So I first go out to like 4-hour time frame or like hourly time frame, and then I see first of all I see what are we disrespecting, what are we respecting, um, and then I see what's up Virgil, and then I just see like what's my draw on liquidity. So I'm looking at the 4 hour right now. I'm pretty bullish here. Like right now, well actually I'm bearish, but I'm gonna be bullish pretty soon. Um, because we have these lows. See, there's a thing. I feel like I know these lows don't get hit, but maybe I'm tripping. Um, so we have that daily gap. We look already tapped into this, so we don't need to go back into it, but we'll see. Dream scenario right now would probably be like, yeah, see, like I'm gonna have like hindsight bias because like I kind of already memorized everything, but dream scenario would be like, yes, this will be recorded. This low getting swept, that would be like my best case scenario, then a long from there. Let's see if we get it. I feel like, okay, we do get it. Cool. So we swept out these 4 hour lows. This looks pretty good. I'm just going to check for like maybe an SMT to add confluence. Okay, so we do have a bullish SMT on the 4 hour. Cool. So you guys see like my dream scenario here is very simple. I just wanted these lows to get swept because we'll be tapping into a daily for value gap, and then I just want longs. Oh yeah, my bad. And then I just want longs from here. Pretty simple. I would just look for like a juicy inverse here. God damn it, I remember this. Did anybody? I remember taking this. This 3 minute triggers, and then it's a break-even trade. Like, oh, I'm gonna remember it. Yeah, or it's invalid. Yeah, yeah, I remember taking this. This is so annoying. Or not taking it, but um, yeah. So this 3 minute one invalid. But here's the thing. Low key, like this. Okay, this is an SMR. I'll show you the SMR here. There's no lower time from entry. Um, Yeah, there's nothing here. Maybe a 30, but like I would not take a 30. Like I would not take this. I would have waited for the 3 minute. So SMR here. Let me wait for the body close. Okay, to wow. Okay, that's a lot of momentum. So you see um this bearish order block. You see how this okay, so basically we're coming off like a higher time frame soup, right? We're coming off a higher time frame um confluence, which is just us sweeping this 4 hour lows, and then we're tapping into this 4 hour for rally gap. And then I go into 3 minute and see this gap, right? And then I see this bearish order block. So when this bearish order block gets inverted back to the upside, so we have a low high, we make a lower low, and then now we've made a higher high. This becomes my breaker. Um, right? If you don't know what a breaker is, I would recommend going to TT Trades. I'll post it in the thing. Okay. So this guy's channel. Go to this guy's channel and look for breaker blocks or CISDs. So yeah, we put a breaker in here. Cool. And then we also put a CISD when we invert this leg down. So this is our entire leg right here, right? Because this is like you have a low, high. Okay, so this is like this leg, and then you have another leg here, and then you have this leg, right, that we just formed. When we invert that to the upside, the entire leg on the body, you see how I draw it on the body, not the wick? That's your change in state of delivery. So every breaker's a CISD? Sometime, not necessarily. I think it depends on like the obviousness of the leg as well. Like in this case, it's a very obvious leg, so I use this as a CISD. So there's your SMR. Now, in terms of IFVG, the entry was invalid, but this is like, here's the thing. I didn't know about this SMR reversal at this time, which is like July 2nd. So I never took this entry here. But then I remember, so Dodgy took this 2-minute, this inversion. Now I'm 100% gonna, like in live time now, I would now 100% take this. Cause you have your breaker, you have your CISD. I would have a hard stop below the breaker, just like this, and then I'd probably just target like maybe this high or something. Big stop, yeah, I mean I guess, but I don't like people always say like, oh I don't like a 50-point stop. Just size down, like you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, just size down if you are gonna take it. Okay, so there's break even. Um, this might be a break. Oh wow, that's probably the most unlucky break even I've ever seen in my life. Okay, cool. Break even trade there, but you can see how we go for the buy side here. I'm pretty sure that's market open. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just want you guys to understand the SMR reversal here, the pattern. You get a breaker, you get a CISD, and then like if this closed and we got the IFVG, like yes, we would not have gotten the breaker, but like with that much momentum coming off low a day, you don't need an SMR here. The times you need an SMR reversal is when the momentum is not good enough. Here the momentum was good, but if we like chopped here, then like I would not have taken this entry. Yeah, smart money reversal. Why did I enter off the retrace? What, like here? Because this is a lot of momentum. I just like expect this to run up. It's fine. I just got wicked out. Whatever. I mean, yeah, I guess you could have not gone break even, but it was market open, so. Anyways. So, my dream scenario kind of already played out. So, I would wait for an SMR if the displacement off the soup is not good enough. Okay. Wait for SMR if, like, momentum off the soup slash higher time frame continuation. I mean higher time frame continuation, like if we tap into a 15-minute gap or something, right? And we get along, is not enough. So like again, if this chopped, like this didn't chop, like the way this candle printed is very strong. So I would not wait for, or yeah, I wouldn't need an SMR. We're also coming off like a 4-hour low. I always say like I love entries where like we're souping like a 4-hour low or something, and like we're inside a 4-hour for value gap. Like this is like so textbook. So like I'm really confident in a reversal here. For me, I'd hold going more into the LRR above. I use break even method, so I don't know if you use that. But yeah, I mean I guess there's LRR here, kind of. So technically, no need for SMR when souping a higher time frame low. Yeah, with good displacement, correct. You don't need an SMR, but here's the thing: if there isn't, if there is an SMR, like let's say we have this 3-minute gap, right? Let's say we have this gap, right? Before all this happened, and let's say we tapped it, and then we went to a lower low, like somewhere here, and then we got like a 30-second back up. I would not take this 30-second. I'd still wait for this 3-minute because I just like it would give me way more confidence. because then like this would be like bearish right here, and then we'd get a breaker here basically. So that would also be an SMR. But it's kind of like a subjectivity thing where it's like if you're confident on the draw. Yeah. So so right now 3 minute is not it's not what's holding price down because this 3 minute did not send us to a lower low. But if it did send us to a lower low and I got like a 30-second here, like some V shapes just fail. Like I would still wait for this 3 minute because this gap, like if it doesn't ruin your RR as well. If this like ruins your RR waiting for this 3 minute to the draw on liquidity and you're confident about the draw on liquidity, then sure you can take like the first like non SMR setup, but it's just subjective also to like what you think price is gonna do in terms of draws. Now I need a new dream scenario because my scenario already played out. To be honest, I think we just pump. We're coming off a 4-hour low. Yeah, dude, Dodgy. Okay, you guys don't know this. Like Dodgy, like kind of like he takes losses. Okay, like he doesn't not take losses ever. Like it's marketing to an extent. Um, Yeah, like Reliable, dude, Reliable does not take a lot of losses because he waits for SMRs. Um, what was the DOL after the breaker LRLR? We had like this 815 wick, which is like technically it's not really data high, but it's like something. Honestly, here draw liquidity is just like we're at all-time highs. And these are kind of low resistance highs. Like these aren't like high resistant highs, so I would expect this to get ran. The day's probably cooked, not gonna lie. We already got like the the reversal. Of course, Lasanti. Um, would I wait for a continuation? Yeah, here I'd wait for like a retrace into like a gap or something. Do you guys want me to back to this PM session or just like go next AM? Why am I not in UTC4? Oh, no, I am. I also noticed when Reliable doesn't wait for an SMR, he tends to lose. Yeah. Like waiting, I'll show you an example. Let me show you an example of a trade uh that lost. That's like really, it's a really good example. If I can find it, I might not be able to find it. Alright, whatever. I will come across. Like, do you guys want me to back to this PM session? Yes. Okay. We'll do PM. Um, PM's goaded. Oh, what's up, Sana? Yeah, we'll do PM. Alright. Damn, Sana, did you just miss the entire SMR explanation? I mean, it's recorded, but yeah. I'll re-explain it later. Here's an FU long. Just based off bias is probably what this probably works. It's invalid, but I would never have taken that. This day is low-key cooked. I mean, we kind of have low resistance liquidity here, like stacked highs. I think we just keep pumping. My next dream scenario in this case scenario would be like a pullback to 50 or something, but I don't think we even get to 50. Honestly, it wouldn't be a 50% retrace. I just look for like maybe a retest of this 15-minute gap here and then another long, because like I expect all these highs to get ran because of the spot we're coming off of. We're coming off of a 4-hour soup. So maybe we resweep this low and then we get a long. Yeah, hourly some IFG then a retrace would be nice. But if we hit these drawn liquidities, then I would just like be done for the AM. We also just expanded a lot. So now it's 11. So I'm just gonna skip a couple minutes quicker. See if we get that pullback. Okay, you can see how we chop. This is okay. This is a really good example of great LRLR. I am bullish here, but this is like really good. That's pretty textbook LRLR. Yeah, this is very algorithmic. We should run these lows. Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna go next day because holy chop. I mean that's just horrible PA. That's already 2:30 in that day. Alright, so another, again, check 4 hour, check hourly. Let's see what's going on. Alright, bias. Can someone tell me the dream scenario here? I think it's pretty obvious. Exactly, 4 hour retrace. This is like really juicy. Unfilled 4 hour. We still have buy side above. Do we need 50%? Not necessarily, because we still have drawn liquidity above, and I'm confident that these highs are gonna get ran. If we get the 50% here, cool. But honestly, I'd want to see this 4 hour get like IO fitted, like to an extent. Just like tap into it and then longs. Um, is the retrace the fair value gap or the fib? It's the fair value gap because we're retracing, we're rebalancing this fair value gap. I'll take the 50%. You see how 50% like kind of does not line up here on this 4 hour range? Like it lines up with the bottom of this fair value gap. Like I don't expect price to go that low. So I'm gonna drop down to like an hourly. Yeah, like I just want like this get tapped into, then a long. I mean that's just it. That'd be the best case scenario. Or we just pump because of all-time highs. Alright, well there's your drawn liquidity taken, so that's kind of annoying. No biggie, no setup. I'd still maybe look for like this hourly to get retraced. If this gap that we made off open gets inverted, I definitely want the hourly then, but we could just hold this low key. Wait, low key. Okay, I would not be. No, we're at all-time highs. We are at all-time highs. So this is like a thing like. Okay, we have an unfilled 4 hour above or below, but it looks like we're about to put this like hourly OB in. Oh, is this news? Wait. Oh, this is news. Okay, low key, I'm bullish. I'm bullish unless this gets disrespected. So like, I'm low key bullish here. I don't really like this. This 2 minutes all right. No good break even, so I'm gonna fade it. But okay, I'm not gonna marry this unfilled 4 hour unless this breaks, then sure. But I'm not gonna marry that. Okay, so this 2 minute low key work. That's fine. Okay, we have like a 30-second here. If we like V-shape up here, I have to keep in mind all-time highs. So yeah. So we have a 1 minute here. Um, this swing low. I genuinely think this works. And we're also getting a breaker here. Okay, low, high, low, low, higher, high. So we have an SMR here. We have an internal sweep. We have a breaker block. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is like, in terms of entry, probably like A or A minus, but this works. Again, we're at all-time highs, so we have to understand this unfilled 4 hour could literally just like never get smacked. And the only way I'd be married to that unfilled 4 hour is if like, yes, this would be the best case scenario, but like if this news gap gets broken, then sure. We don't change, but yeah, like taking out previous day high with long buys. Do not consider shorts at all-time highs. Like this is like literally the all-time high. Like this is it. So I'm just not even touching all-time highs. This long probably works. We just got a breaker, a lot of momentum. We got an internal sweep, and we reacted bullshit out this for value gap, and I have to keep all-time highs into consideration. So this probably works too. Okay, so there's I get a break even there. The low key is too high, but okay, there's TP. Yeah, so this is too high, and like I would not take this, but we literally got an SMR, and it's all-time highs. So we got like an internal sweep. Maybe you try this like light, because I'm not gonna lie, this reaction here, this 2 minute working, and us respecting this news gap we just put in, like and we're at all-time highs, which longs just work. So I mean, like, yes, again, the best case scenario would be come down, tap this tap this unfilled 4 hour. But I low-key can't marry this because of all-time highs, because this is being respected. Yeah, the SMR sold me. I like that we put in a breaker here. This is a breaker block, and then you get a, I mean, we got an internal soup, and then we get like a really good momentum candle. And we also left this buy side above. Like we came close to it. There's no bearish SMT here. Like usually when we leave buy side like that, we just come back to it. So yeah, so I just be done for the day. I'm gonna go next day. Can you just hop in off the break? No. The power is the IFG with the breaker and the CISD. Like that's like the best part about it. Okay, dream scenario. Yeah, so it's like a unicorn model. Well, that's like a fair value gap aligns with the breaker. All time highs is horrible. I fucking hate it too. So if this gets disrespected, I'm bearish, but I'm not looking for shorts. I'll let the shorts play out and look for long after we tap into this 4 hour. If that makes sense. Yeah. But until this breaks, I'm still bullish probably. Yeah, we do have buy side LRLR looks. This is pretty clean, I won't lie. Definitely need to mark this out. Scenario wise, I mean, I guess come soup this low. The best would be we come down to that unfilled 4 hour, but that might not happen. Okay, it's just so choppy. Just need to skip to open. Okay. Could get something. Oh, what the? Oh, did we have an SMT? No, we didn't have SMT. Okay, no SMT here. I would probably not take this 1 minute long because there's no SMT, so I'd probably just fade that. So it would have been a break even if you entered it. This is chop. Wow, this is horrible. Okay, no entry. Don't like any of that. We're kind of already running the low resistance liquidity, so whatever. Mid. I'm gonna skip to PM or just like a drop or something. Okay. I mean, I guess we could get something here. We have a 1 minute. Ooh, okay. Okay. So we hold this fair value up to the left, so we have delivery. And then we also have the internal sweep. We have that sweep of liquidity. We do have a bullish SMT at this low. The only issue with the setup, I mean, I guess we left some low resistance liquidity up here. I mean, it's just the close. Like, this close sucks. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this 30-second to close. That's all I'll do. I'll wait for this 30-second to close. Maybe even put in a breaker here. Like, you see this 30-second gap? You guys see this little ass gap? That technically held price here. And so this held price, and then it sent us to a lower low. So technically, this entire gap here, this 30-second has no significance. The gap that's holding price down is this gap. So this is significant. So I would want this gap to get broken above. So that would put in a breaker and a CISD. So it would be an SMR reversal, and that would be like the highest confluence trade. Okay, so you see how this 1 minute fails? Like, yeah, it's V-shaped. Yeah, it's like this is a good momentum, but you see how this fails because first of all, we didn't close above this 30-second gap, and we tap into the significant gap and we hold it. So right now, bearish or order flow is bearish. So that's why that 1 minute fails. So now it's a little too choppy, probably. Okay, where the hell did price just go? What the hell? Oh, that's okay. That's wow. There's just no data. That's interesting. Whatever. Go to next session. Okay. Is this all making sense so far in terms of explanations? If you have like questions, I also need to keep good. Okay. Alright, Oksana, do you understand the significant gap thing that I just explained? If you're like here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, okay. Damn. All good. Um, hope my recording isn't corrupt, but it's fine. Dream scenario, what is it? Could you show example when significant gaps push us to a higher high or lower low? So like, yeah. So like a gap that becomes significant. Yeah, sure. Um, I'll just like make a scenario. So, with the SMT, if ES makes a higher high and makes a lower low, what is the significance? And same for the opposite scenario. Okay, that's a very interesting question. I think you're thinking too deep. If there's an SMT, like we have a bullish SMT, we just have a bullish SMT. ES doesn't affect the significance of a fair value gap on NQ, if that makes sense. Like, don't have ES be a limiting factor to whether you take a trade. If a gap on ES is significant and we don't invert it, and NQ we do, if that makes sense. No, literally. Um, Let me just make an example. If we have like a fair value gap, like let's say we have a gap here, and then price is like we came down. I hate taking trades that NQ gets the inverse and ES doesn't. Really? See, I don't even like pay attention to that, and like I don't know, it's weird. But maybe I'll look into that more. So basically, if we have like a gap here, and then we tap into this gap, or Oksana, make sure to pay attention here. And we send price to a lower low, and then let's say we get like another gap here. Okay. And sure, let's say we have like a liquidity sweep here, but it's like maybe it's like a 5 minute liquidity sweep, and it's not like an obvious liquidity sweep, like something like this low, which is like, yeah, it's a sweep of liquidity, but it's not nothing like crazy. Would you guys take this inverse or would you guys take this inverse? If that makes sense, what I'm asking. The upper one, correct. Yeah, so this gap here, this gap significant because it sent price to a lower low. This gap here is insignificant because it did not send price to a lower low. Now, let's say we do tap this, we get a lower low, and then we get an inversion like this. Now, would you wait for 2 or would you wait for 1? 2? Okay. So this is where subjectivity comes into play. And I know you guys don't want to hear that because I hate hearing when my mentor says, yeah, it's subjective. Just a bullshit ass answer. But basically, yeah, so okay, it depends now on confidence on drawing liquidity. If you're confident, let's say we have like low resistance liquidity up here. We have a bunch of LRLR up here. Cool. I can take one, or sorry, I can take two, and we get an SMR, we get a breaker. But technically, what I maybe would do if the R makes sense, I would go break even at this either this high or this like just tapping into this significant gap based off the reaction. If the reaction's really wicky, maybe I'll just close the trade or something. But like this is where subjectivity comes in. If the momentum on like the close on number 2 is really good, then I'll probably just like hold this and go for the LRLR. So yeah, because this would put in your breaker and you get a CIST and stuff and all that. Okay, so good answers there. Um, yeah, momentum and target depends on how singular the gap is and if there's an internal high to the left or not. True. Yes. Well, there would be an internal high in this case scenario, and that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you would have a good break even. So I'd probably take the first inverse there. Okay, we low-key have sell side lower, but again, all-time highs don't marry sell side, so we could just pump. Dream scenario. This is low-key chopped. The dream scenario. I'm on the 2 hour. The dream scenario would come back down to here. That would offer the best long. That probably doesn't happen, to be honest, but we'll see. Right now, I think like probably this. Okay, this low lines up really well with 50% here, so I'd probably just want like a sweep of this low, and then delivery out of this gap, get along. But we are forming LRR to the downside, so I do need to be cautious. But again, all-time highs. We don't go down, so whatever. Okay. So we got a sweep there. Cool. Yeah. This would be like where I look for a long. Okay. This 1 minute doesn't look bad. Okay. Here's an example. Do you guys see this 1 minute? Which inversion do you take? Do I take this inversion or do I take this inversion? Right? This is like the same scenario. Like, which gap is going to give me the best confidence in terms of us going up? The top one, right? So, this would be great if this inverses and fails because it would prove my point. Okay. So we just hold that. Yeah. Exactly, Sano. So, it's like subjectivity. If this is like, if we have a data high here and you're so confident in the draw and we have like a instant V shape coming off this soup, you can take this gap. However, it's more risky but higher reward. So maybe you like drop the cons, maybe you go half risk and just go for higher R. Like that's what I would do if I'm really confident in DOO. So even if I lose like 0.5 R. Yeah, significance always better, but the thing is like waiting for the significant gap could sometimes ruin your RR to like the draw that's like your like main draw on liquidity, like a data high or something, or equal highs. So it just like then depends on like subjectivity of how confident you are in the draw. If that makes sense. Correct, turn on show. Yeah, I would wait for the gap. I would wait for the gap above. So yeah. Which gap? Wait, which gap was the gap that pushed price to sweep the low? I think it was like a 2 minute above or something. Actually, no. I don't think we tapped anything. There's no gap that we like tap into that pushes to lower prices. So, and then this gap swept the low. You see it? Am I missing something? What, this? Yeah, I mean this gap did push us to sweep more into it. So this is what I would wait for. Okay, there's open. The gap displays to the low. Oh, you're asking like that? Okay, yeah. Yeah, this gap did displace to the low. Like that's what swept it. Ooh, did I just miss a short? Would I have shorted this? Probably not. Maybe. Do we have LR? We didn't have LRR close, but we have this higher time frame. Yo, so I asked Dodgy to do a liquidity masterclass because I noticed a lot of us think IVG is a pattern. Could you show us how to determine which liquidity pools are better than others? I feel like that's what I've been struggling with. Yeah. Okay. So I think all of you know like the hierarchy of draws on liquidity, like data high, low resistance liquidity, internal highs, all of that. Draw on liquidity only matters, like draw on liquidity determines bias to an extent. I love this question. Yeah, I'm trying to answer it properly. So draw liquidity, like, let me think. There was almost a fight about DWO. Yeah, literally. If there's a data high, right? If like higher time frame order flow is bullish, like right now, I would probably take this short if we weren't all-time highs because of what? Draw on liquidity. You see this low resistance liquidity here? Like this is clean LRLR. And most of the time, in most scenarios, I would take a short to target this because in my eyes, what do I think the draw on liquidity is? I think we run this low resistance liquidity on like this 15-minute time frame, and I think we come and rebalance all this. But because we're at all-time highs, I just don't short. I wait for the long. So what liquidity pools are better than other ones? I'll go over like what's a bad liquidity pool, and I'll go over what's a good liquidity pool, if that makes sense. So let's say we have a high, right? I think you all know about. Yeah, you can send the PDF. We all know about like protected highs, I assume. If you don't, I'll explain it right here. Let's say we have a fair value gap to the left, right? And then we re-sweep this high, okay? And then we come back down, and let's say we just swept out liquidity, and then we get an inversion here. Is this draw on number one a good draw, like that high? No, right? Because this is a protected high, because it's a high that swept out another high. So this draw on liquidity does not give me conviction that this inversion is gonna work. Yeah, we already ran stop loss, so why would we have to come back and rerun stop loss? Right? It doesn't make any sense. Now, good draw on liquidity are highs, right, that are like stacked, like LRLR. Cool, whatever. We all know this. Zebby, I feel like you already know this, but like what specifically are you struggling with? Because like this, like you know about LRLR, like that's good draw on liquidity. Unmitigated gaps, like unfilled gaps, IRL to ERL. Okay. Yeah, so like, um, gotta run sell side, then protected highest and valid. Correct. We have to run like major sell side. Yes. Like IRL to ERL, so internal, so external to internal liquidity. So like this. So like we leave like this low. Um, so so let me ask you this. So this is one. This is two. Is which number correlates to external liquidity, and then which number correlates to internal liquidity? One would be external, correct, and then two would be internal, right? So, I mean like I guess like what do you at like? There's not really like a draw on liquidity hierarchy here. Like you see how we like rerun this external liquidity, and then we come back down to take out the internal liquidity. But usually this is like the best. PB Trading does it. He does the mech model. I don't know if you guys heard of that. He basically trades like external to internal liquidity. So you see how here we run this external liquidity on one, and then this unmitigated gap's internal liquidity. So he likes trading external to internal liquidity. So basically to rebalance. Bro, isn't just internal liquidity just imbalanced at a certain time frame? Yeah, like this would be your internal liquidity, right? Yeah, external liquidity can be on any time frame. But like how PB trades it, it's like the mech model. You basically are taking external liquidity like sweeps to then rebalance internal liquidity, like which would be like this 5 minute unmitigated gap. So then we come back down, like we sweep out our external liquidity, then you'd get like a short here to then target this unfilled gap. Does that all make sense? Okay, cool. Where would I draw the bearish breaker? So you have a high, you have a low, you retake that high, making a higher high, and then you make a lower low. So I would draw, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I would draw it like this. I draw like the whole block, personally. TT Trades draws it like, usually to like the wick, I'm pretty sure. So like this would be my breaker. Yeah, I mean like this would be my breaker after the MSSS, or like here. I don't use market structure shifts that much. I don't necessarily need like a retap in the breaker. I just need the breaker to be formed after the dump, like here. Or are you talking about here? Which leg? This leg? Okay. Um, you see the M, the the middle point where we dump here. Which time? Yeah, here. Yeah, what about this? It should be a breaker there, like on the 5 minute. Well, the breaker's here. I don't like. I mean, this is a bullish breaker. We have a low high, lower low, higher high. This is a bullish breaker. There's not a bearish one, and even these breakers are not clean. You want to use breakers that are at like the high of the ranges usually. Like those are the cleanest. Like this one sends us lower. If price didn't sweep some sort of liquidity but has good bullish delivery from higher time frame, would you take this trades unfunded? Depending on usually a liquidity sweep. If we have like a 1 minute internal sweep, sure. If we don't, it's just lower probability. But depending on my confidence on bias and draw liquidity. Alright, I'm gonna play price. Or not, I don't know if that made sense, but oh, dream scenario actually is this. I lied. Sweep out this low, get along. Cause that low lines up with an hourly gap. Okay. This short works. I might try this. I feel like this short works, man. Maybe it's but I just wait for the long here. Oksana, would you take this? If you're in here? This 30-second short, like we ran some of this liquidity, and usually when we run some LRLR, we run the rest of it. We didn't invert the 5. We had a major wick rebounce. And then I'm gonna try this low key. And then you just go break even here. Because okay, this might be a bad idea because we are at all-time highs. Oh, I'm on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, that would have been a break-even trade. So you see how we tap our break-even? I actually need to skip the minute though, so that's my bad. Now we have to. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So it would have been a break-even trade, worth a try. We reswept this internal low. So, or we swept the internal low. I'm now just gonna wait for the long. Preferably we get that hourly low. Bearish breaker, correct. I mean that. Oh, you mean like this? Oh, I think I see what you're saying. You mean like this to like this? Yeah, it would be on like a higher time frame. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So you have a high, low, higher, high, lower, low. Yeah, like you'd have a breaker like here, basically. Yeah, like this. You see how, and then we like retest this breaker here, which like we fill this gap, and we tap a breaker, and then we send price lower. Yeah, yeah, you're correct. I'm slow. My bad. Bruh. Check for SMT FNQ. Okay, we have a 1 minute long here. Oh, did we sweep? Oh wait, I gotta check if we have SMT. Hold up. No SMT. Okay. I want this low sweep still. Yeah. Breakers are a really good confluence with inversions. Okay, we got a 1 minute long, but we just like miss sell side, so I just like would never take that. I don't know why we've been getting this recently, where we just miss sell side and just like it's annoying. Cause too bullish? No, literally. Like why the hell are we missing sell? Okay, alright, buddy. Can we go down? Bruh. Okay. Like why are we missing this low? That. See, like I would have banged this 1 minute if we just took sell side. I know, like that's so. Now we just have relatively low, so I can't even long up here. Alright, man, cool. Guess I'll just like. There we go. Cool. There's our sweep. So this is where to be looking for a long. Rules are stupid. They're meant to be broken. That's what I say. No SMT. What do we? Oh, whoops. This class is low key going kind of long. Realistically, it should be our last day, and then we do the psych thing. This 3 minutes not bad. Okay, we'll just chop. Cool. What is that, news or something? Some Trump candle. Okay, I mean, this is just horrible. I'm going next day. Alright, we're gonna do one more day, then we'll do psychology section. No, literally, I don't. This is just, bro, this hourly range looks horrible. Um, wait, Monday. Oh, I see. Dream scenario would be, I guess, 50% of this range. Probably lines up with that gap, kind of. Kind of not, actually. But probably just like a sweep of this low, and then delivery at this for value gap for a long. That would be my dream scenario. Pretty calm. I usually set alerts where I expect SMTs to happen, but I can't set alerts here, so it's really annoying. But I recommend doing that. Like if you're like in a long position and there's like an ES high that's like gonna you expect getting taken, just set an alert there, and then like based off that reaction, you can move stops to break even or something. Yeah, I just want this 50-minute lows to get internally swept. Preferably we leave like some low resistance liquidity up here, or not. No, let's just sweep out buy side first. Cool. Cool, man. Wow. Oh my god, I hate all time highs so much. Did I miss a long here? Am I like stupid? We have literally no delivery, so I mean, yeah, you get so much FOMO. Bro, I don't even, this just pisses me off, like, to be honest. Like, what is this? Can we go rebound something? No, literally. Bruh. Okay, there's a pullback. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. We got a pullback, but we already took buy side. It is all-time high, so I need to keep that in mind. We're rebalancing a 15-minute. Would I take this 30-second? Huh. No liquidity sweep. No SMT on ES. I probably would fade this. I think I would probably not take this. I don't love it. And it was break even probably, and actually no, it was not break. It was I think it was an L actually. Yeah, because your entry's here. So good fade. Your entry's here, and then your break even's here. So this kind of goes back up into the same thing. If you wait for this, yeah, SMR. If you wait for that, you get an SMR, and if you wait for this gap, that's significant. You also break the significant gap holding price down. So again, we get that clean V shape. Dodgy loves praising V shape, V shape, but he doesn't talk about like the order flow enough. I feel like you see how this fails. Like your break even's here, right? Like why does this one fail? It's V shape. We're coming off a higher time frame for value gap, and we have like a manipulation leg with an internal soup. But why does it fail? Because you're not understanding the order flow, right? Like look, this 30-second gap is insignificant. I'm not that confident on the drawn liquidity, right? So I need to wait for the significant gap to break. No, literally, the V shapes are like, bro. It's like, if you guys have ever seen Percy Jackson, there's a scene where he's like they're eating lotus flowers in a casino. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. It's a good movie. Yeah, they're eating like lotus flowers in the casino that keeps them like going back. People love taking these V shapes with no context. What is kind of what I'm saying. Like it's so stupid. Nah, I love that movie. I was so young when I watched it. Alright, bro, we're so cooked. This I don't even know. I mean, I guess so long from here would be not bad. This to me looks like yeah, like I'm dude. Okay. I remember a loss I took when I took a V shape off like it was something like this basically. You want me to short this? Oh hell no. All time high short. It probably works, okay. Tomorrow we're gonna do like another class. I don't know if you guys know that, but we're gonna do like the same thing basically. Um, because I'll post the time tonight because I need to like not interfere with Dodgy's thing. Again, another like here's another 30-second long that fails. This gap's just insignificant in the market. It's V-shaped. We have an internal soup, but like, which gap's holding price down here? Low key, this gap. You see this gap right here? This gap's holding price down. Yeah, we're just engineering here. So a lot of people will take this V shape and be like, why did this lose, Dodgy? And he's just like, oh, it's just probably bad PA or something. And then like, no, it's because of this fair value gap here. It held price down. Like, you don't want to take this setup. Doesn't make any sense. I want this hourly low, man, or this hourly gap. Oh, I lied. We have an SMT. We do have an SMT. So let me see. So now I'd probably wait for like bullish structure and then maybe like a continuation setup. I do be lying. So that SMT now pumps us low key. What am I looking? Bro, I always forget to check ES. Okay. Oh, damn. Damn. If this is on the 30-second, I would bang this, but it's not. That's fire though. Full port. I don't take 15 seconds. I'm on a degen. This gap's also significant because it sent us to a lower low. There's just no entry here. So that 15-second works probably for like 1 hour. Sad reliable noises. Reliable's been off the 15-second, I swear, and Dodgy's been back on. Dodgy was like yapping about the 15-second on Friday. Pretty interesting. But we're probably cooked. I low-key think this SMT breaks, but maybe I'm wrong. Would have taken the V shape even if it didn't break the significant gap? Which one? The 30-second I was talking about? This one? No, because it fails. Like, you did backtesting myself. Actually, dude, go to sleep, man. There's no way. You backtested by yourself? You have a community. You might as well, like, get the recording or something. This is horrible. Okay, we're engineering, like, a lot of LRLR low-key downside. On ES, at least. Bruh, I'm so picky. Like, I don't take a lot of trades, but I don't need to because I have so much leverage. Dude, we were playing Rock League last night, and we were just like talking about trading and stuff. I'm horrible. Actually, I'm not that great at the game. You probably will, bro. I'm suck at that game. I'm good at games, not that game. I'm more of like a shooters type of guy. Bro, what rank were you? What's your highest? What's your peak? Diamond? That's not even good. Dude, I peaked at diamond. Um Back then, I'd be like, yes. I was expecting like maybe some SSL. Sure. You know, you can talk your shit. I guess. Okay, this is cooked. Alright, we're gonna get into the psychology part. Sorry that there wasn't that many dude, I'm not playing it. You'll probably cook me. Um yeah, we took one setup. Amazing. But here's the thing. 20 accounts, $271 times 20. Let's do some quick math. That's 5.4k, so could not really care. I really want to see you trade 14 through 18. I mean, we will tomorrow. We're at 9. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be able to do all that. Tomorrow we'll get into 14 through 18. I want to go a little slower and just like explain this stuff to you. Okay. Do you guys want me to continue backtesting or should we get into the psychology thing? Psych. Okay, okay. Let's go over the things. Psychology discussion. Okay. Let me actually pull up. I don't really need to stream anymore. But let me pull up the second monitor. Okay. Alright. First things first. You said I would do face cam? Okay. Also, you guys need to know Guetta and String Cheese 15 are IRL friends, so they're like they just troll. Yeah, Guetta was asking me that. That guy, his real name's Isaac. Considering I just woke up, low key like an hour ago, maybe I'll do it like a different day when I'm more locked. My face is on my YouTube, by the way. It's I've made a post. You miss it? Yeah, crazy. That's interesting. You said 3 hours. PG, what time is it for you? You're in Florida, right? Yeah. Yeah, you're in Florida. Oh, you just like slept bad? Alright, that's fine. Wait, that's Daily Journal. Psychology discussion. Okay. Actually, I guess I can screen share. 7 p.m. for me? Damn. So plus TV is not. Oh no, he isn't here. Dream scenario. Okay. I'm just gonna skip past String Cheese 15 because he isn't. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. You thought I was Salman? Yeah. No, that guy, dude. That guy locked in on psychology. I've seen every single video he's posted. It's probably like, I don't know, like 80 videos or something, or like 60, 70 videos. You going to Spain tonight? Yeah, psychology, like we gotta be locked on this. Okay. Risk, account scaling, overall mindset regarding fear, greed, and FOMO. Mindset shift on trading, not revenge trading. When she get off the. Okay, I'll answer these first. So, first things first. Risk. You guys need to Man, I'm tired. You guys need to be having the same risk parameters every single day in the market and don't change on it. One really big issue I used to have, especially when I first got my fundeds, my 20, is I would change the risk like every other week because I don't know, it's just like I need to just get a risk down that made sense. So what I recommend is what Dodgy recommends is like you risk 10% of the account's drawdown. So like if you have a 50K account and you have like a max drawdown of 2,500, you do $250 per trade, max loss, and then you do 2 trades a day, right? Like, well, sorry, 2 max losses a day. I stop after 1 win. You've been using hard stop? Yeah. I use hard stop. That's another thing. I love using hard stop. Me and Sana both do hard stops on risk. That's because, like, if it goes to my hard stop, the trade's probably cooked anyways. And, like, I don't even remember the last time I got wicked out. You know what I mean? So, I stop at 1 win or 4 losses. Okay, dude. Overall mindset regarding fear, greed, and FOMO. So, who here? I'll give you, like, a really good scenario of what would trigger, like, the fuck out of me back in the day. Is, like, when Dodgy would take a trade, like, let's say Dodgy takes a trade, but, like, I like, maybe don't like it or I miss it, right? And then he, like, spams, you know, who took that? If you didn't take that, you're a donut. Cool, right? And then we got a confirmation set up, and he's, like, over there yapping about Peyton or something. Like, he don't give a fuck about the chart. And then you take the confirmation setup, and it just, like, gets death candle and loses. And then you just, like, crash out. Because you missed the first trade, and then you take the second trade, and then you lose, and then you feel like an idiot. And then you also feel FOMO because you're like, I should have taken that. You know what I mean? So, first of all, the best thing to do is not miss the first setup. I think missing the first setup has a lot to do with technicals because I used to miss the first setup. Oh, I also need to go over equal lows and stuff, but whatever. Um, because I would like miss setups because I thought certain equal lows were like significant. Like Dodgy would always just say, "Oh, we left equal lows, guys. That's why this lost or something." But the equal lows, like literally for him, was just an excuse to like say why something lost. So every equal lows we put in, I would always like not take a trade because of that. But then Reliable taught me, and then that just saved my trading. So let me just go over that real quick. Equal lows. You guys see my trading view, right? I'm on paper trading. Equal lows. If we make it at swing points that are spread out, right? I should aim. Okay, not yet. I need to lock in. You have a new strategy I'm testing? Damn. I'm trying to learn. You gotta teach me. If we put equal lows at swing points, right? Then they're significant. So like, you see how like this is a swing point, like this is your swing low, and this is a swing low. Does that make sense? And we made like equal lows here. That would be significant. And also if they're on like multiple time frames, significant. If they're like 30-second like equal lows, like something like, and they're not at swing points. For example, like you see this low right here. Like this is not like a swing low. Like this is the swing low, but this is not the swing low. Does that make sense? So like let's say we made equal lows like here. Um like we made like this, like equal lows there. These have no significance because you have to identify equal lows in terms of liquidity, like stop losses. Here's another example. You say we make equal lows like here. Yes, this one is at a swing point. Okay, like this is a swing point, but is this a swing point where we made the equal low? No, like the swing point is a low below that. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like this is the swing point. Let me find a good, yeah, low key. Um, Dumbest question of the day, likely. How do you get your trend line to auto adjust rate? Hold shift, and then you like go to the auto adjust rate. But yeah, so you see how this is not a swing low. Like if we made the equal lows with like um with this low, then that would be significant. Yeah, so those equal highs, you see how there are at swing high. So you have like the first swing high, and then we have a swing high in the middle, and then we have a swing low, and then we make equal highs with that with that second swing high. There's three swing highs there, and we make equal lows, or sorry, equal highs. Okay, does that make sense? What I just explained with like the equal lows thing. So basically, they need to be like at swing lows, and they need to be spread out, and they should be on like an obvious time frame. If it's on the 30-second, if they're like really obvious swing lows, then sure, like count them. Another thing where equal lows matter or equal highs are with inefficiencies. So like, did we see this? You see how this is like the wick that would start this fair value gap here. So if we came down and we made equal lows here, um, these are significant. You mean again? I'll read Oksana's message in a second. If the second swing point takes the first one but barely like 0.25, would you consider it equal lows or not? No, that's a sweep. It's not a good sweep, but it's a sweep. I wouldn't consider them equal lows. They have to be perfect. Like, so we would make, like, let's say this is a swing low, right? And then we make equal lows with like this wick that's in this imbalance. So this also is significant because people put stop losses. Yeah, my bad. Hold on. We're gonna get into psychology. So this is where people put stop losses. Okay. Let me stop talking about this. Let's get back to psychology. Fear, greed, and FOMO. Greed, mark out what, so like for greed, I like wait, let me read Oksana's message. Fade 15 every time on lower time frame, 30-second, 1 minute, perfect equal highs or lows get put in, you immediately enter the opposite direction for 15 points, stop 30 points. That's interesting. Okay. You should backtest that Loki on in your server. Um, primary issue is fear not entering. Okay, the way you fix that is backtesting. Get data. I have 4 years of backtesting data, and I've seen what works, what hasn't worked, or what doesn't work, right? And I know every time I follow my rules, literally every time I follow my rules and take the right setups, I'm always green. Like I'm never red. Like it's so rare for me to have a red like month in backtesting if I like genuinely follow my rules and actually take the setups that are like clean. Obviously, it's hard to take them in live time, but because when you backtest that much and you just like grind it in your brain, um, then you shouldn't like it'll like translate to over to um live trading. Also, just for like when you guys are not trading, or sorry, when you're not in this classes and you want more psychology help, here's a link. This guy locked me in. Like this, I just love this guy. He's like really good for psychology. Um, overall mindset. Okay, so FOMO and greed. I like, I'm like happy with like a $200 day. So if I'm risking 250 per trade, if I'm like satisfied with $200 and I don't care about having more than that because with 200 times 20 that's 4K. He got exposed by Bonka for being a larper. What are we talking about? Let me see the definition of this because I'm just slow. Live action role play? What are we yapping about? Um, I mean I don't really care, bro. All I know he has good content, so I mean he has a good message regardless of what he's done. Um, he just acts like one. I mean, people just hate, man. I mean, he's shown results. Like he shows his community's payouts like every day on an Instagram story, and I talked to him on Instagram too. Like he definitely knows what he's doing. He literally shows community payouts every single day with proof. Um, I mean, yeah, his Discord makes money too. You already went over one of my questions today. Okay. So yeah, what I was saying about greed. I want at least a $200 day. So if I'm taking a trade and it's like it hits my 1R, I scale 75%, 80%. I get my $200. Okay, cool. Right? The issue I would have back in the day is like, okay, I take a setup, I scale 50% at 1R, but then I only make like $100. And like in the back of my mind, I'm like, dude, that's just not enough. That's just not enough, right? So then I look for a second trade, then I lose, then I go and tilt. So have like a setup where like Loki, ever since I watched you trade, I love 1 to 2 hour. No, literally, I like 1R is like scale most at 1R. Take your money, cause in your brain, like if I'm making 200, that's all I need. That's like that sits right with me. Um, so I don't. You risk 200, 250 no matter your drawdown. No, no, no. I'll go back. I'll go into the drawdown thing in a second. FOMO, fear of missing out. Just know the market would always be there. Every time I've had FOMO, like every time you act on FOMO, you get one step closer to never becoming profitable. Okay, like you need to drill that in your brain. You just have to wait. Like every week that like the market's not going anywhere, you're gonna be there the next week and the next week and the next week, right? You're gonna have opportunity to make it back. Um, with the drawdown thing, if you're in bad drawdown, I'll tell you how you never blow an account ever again. You just keep de-risking. If you have FOMO every day, it's because you see the market move every day. There's exactly. No, literally. There's always better opportunity. If you miss a setup, you miss it. Like on Friday, I missed a setup that like maybe I should have taken the 5 minute. Cool. I don't care. Like I know I make money in the right setups, and like if I didn't take a setup because I just didn't like it in a lifetime, I didn't like it in a lifetime. Sure, it worked. I don't really care. I know that me acting like that has saved me more from losses than like I will miss wins, but at the same time I like fade so many losses, right? Because I just don't get the FOMO. I'm not like eager to take a trade every day. And also one thing that's helped me with that is just like having so much leverage. Like 20 counts, I'd need 1 to 2 trades a day or 1 to 2 trades a week. That's all I care about. Um, yeah. Just like every time you take a bad loss, you're just messing up the statistic of like of your like back testing. And that's the issue. Like those bad losses just like ruin the entire win rate and statistic with like the good losses. Um the thing about like guys, if you're in drawdown, you will never blow the account if you keep de-risking. It's gonna take longer. I'll explain my story. When I first got these 20 accounts, I was risking $500 per account because on a single funded, I risked $500, and that's how I got my payouts because I liked risking like a good amount because I would not take a lot of trades, but I would just take like the bangers, and I basically had like one loss and like what like 6 wins or something on my single funded to get my payout. I was cooking, but like I went to the 20 accounts, and if you risk 500 per 20, that's 10K per trade, and like one loss would like kind of cook my mental, right? Because like you're losing a lot. It's like basically 6 months of progress on the line. So I got like I think 12 of my accounts to 500 drawdown left in the account, and like I didn't blow them because I realized like it's literally impossible to blow an account if you just keep dropping the risk. I dropped the risk, so I was risking. I was risking 500 originally. Then I went to 300. No, literally. Oksana, I thought I was like the GOAT. I think I got way overconfident in April because I like did not take a loss. Um, so like I had 500 drawdown left on 20 accounts or something like that, or sorry, like 12 accounts. So what I did, I dropped my risk to $100, and I just like got out the mud. I just waited for my best setups. It took me like 3 weeks, right? Like sure, that's fine. Let it take longer. Just don't blow the account. As long as you don't blow the account, because that just drills in your brain that I can't get another account. Like don't you shouldn't think about funded accounts being expendable to that like extent. Have some like attachment to it. You know what I mean? Don't be like, oh, I'll just blow it and I'll just grab a new one because you'll never be profitable like that. You got your first payout from that? Damn. Yeah. No, literally. So I dropped $100 risk, and then, well, with Apex, if it's blown, it's gone. That yeah, it's gone. But I'm saying like, well, like you can just get another eval and full port it. I'm more saying like if you don't have a lot of drawdown, de-risk, drop your risk, wait for the best setups, build your drawdown. So like if I have like 500 drawdown left, yeah, yeah, Oksana, that's perfect. Like do what works for you. If I have 500 drawdown left and then I risk like 100 per trade, okay, I risk 100 per trade. I win 2 trades in a row. Okay, maybe I'll upsize to 200 now, right? But let's say I lose that 200, I go back to 100. This is how you never blow your account ever again. You keep dropping risk, then you rebuild your confidence, and then you slowly build back the buffer, and then up and up the risk. When you're on win streaks, you up the risk. When you're on losing streaks, you drop the risk. Because it's not about the money, it's about your psychology. You have to have like you have to rebuild back your confidence because subconsciously you're going into the day thinking that you're gonna lose. You know what I mean? But that's not gonna like you're not gonna have that if you continue to build back your confidence with small wins because then you build, then you up back your risk, then you take like another good win, and then your confidence is back. You know what I mean? And you'll just never blow the account because you keep dropping risk. If you need to drop to one micro, $50 per trade because you have $100 in drawdown left, that's fine. Because like you have time. Like most of us have time. Like we're not gonna like like die unless you're like on this. Also, if trading is your only source of income and you're not profitable yet, I would recommend getting a job. Like if it, because then you're just putting pressure on yourself. You have enough, yeah, exactly. Like if you have savings and stuff, cool. But like let's say you don't have savings and you rely on like payouts as like your to pay the bills, you need to get a job because that's just like ruin your psychology. Because you're going in every day to make money rather than just to trade the trade. You know what I mean? Because you have like time frames you need to make the money by. So yeah, Zebi. This is me this week. We lost 2 fundeds and I only have one left. Yeah. Oh my lord. Thousand. Were you just like over trading? 26 trades? Damn, Zevi. Okay. Yeah, paper trading is so free. Um, Zebi, you just have to stick to your stick to one loss, honestly. If you struggle with over trading, do one trade a day. One win, one loss. That's also what turned me profitable. Like turned me like a lot better in terms of psychology. That's how I got my first couple payouts. One trade a day. Like I would struggle with over trading because like you guys ever had that like FOMO where like price is running up and you've already taken a loss and you're just like, let me get quick 300. I enter like 5 micros for like 5 seconds and I get out, get my $300, and I tell myself like I'll never do that again. But then like 2 days later I'm doing the same shit. No, literally. Like we've all gone through this. We've all gone through this. I know exactly what it feels like. You literally just have to be like one trade a day. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. Market's always gonna be there. That's it. Like that's it. There's no other way around it. Otherwise, you'll continue to keep losing. Basically, if you can achieve a golden midway of dealing with funded account as paper account, but taking it seriously as well, you're good to go. Yeah, I mean like golden midway of dealing. Like, don't be like scared to take a trade on a funded, but at the same time have like some type of attachment to like I'm not just gonna go randomly full port the thing because like I want to make money. It's not about making money. It's about trading the trade. Because again, 20 you the a goal with all of you guys should be is to gain leverage and then eventually get a live account. But like with so much leverage, you don't need to take trades that often. Like if you have a $1 million live account, one trade risking well like 1% is like that's like a 10K trade. You know what I mean? So I was sticking to rules heavy. Yeah, you see, like, look at the green days. You're chilling, bro. You just need to like, here's the thing. You can have a 99.9% win rate strategy, but if that one time that messes you up and you tilt and you blow the count, none of it matters, right? Like, you have to be so locked on your psychology. You can't overtrade. If you have overtrading problems, you just need to do one trade a day. Like that's it. You have to stick with it and keep doing that until you stick with it. Because you have to stick with it eventually. Eventually, you'll just get so fed up of losing. That's what happened to me. I just got so fucking tired of blowing accounts. Yeah, PG profits. If you struggle with overtrading or tilting, try one trade a day. One loss, you're done. One win, you're done. Um, how to know when you should get off the charts? When you see price action being mid, like let's say you miss a setup and then you see price action chop, like after an expansion move, a lot of people force setups because they missed the first setup. You just close that. Just close the trading view. Close your PC, go on a walk. Like you need to separate yourself from the charts. I know it's hard to say because in lifetime you want to make money, but you guys need to stop thinking so short term, right? Like there's no rush. I'm taking this 20 account so slow. Like I don't care when I get the payout. I know I will get the payout though. You know what I mean? Like most likely will happen before the end of this year, but I think I really don't care because once I get all those accounts to buffer, then it's like easy 10K, 20K like a month, right? And I'm 20. That's like insane. Um, for my age. So you need to just like stop thinking short term, stop thinking day-to-day P&L. Market's always gonna be there. And the more setups you take that are like bad losses, it just ruins the statistic. So you just need to keep waiting. Um, how to stay in the sweet spot of confidence so that you trust the setup and go with full risk without getting overconfident. Since deciding to de-risk, this has been the average of the last 2 weeks. To de-risk. Okay, so you're damn. Yeah, you go for higher RR, don't you? That's insane. Yeah, see, you like higher RR. I mean, that's just like your strong suit. Um, do you plan on okay? Yeah, if you get overconfident, so the that point, yeah, hard stop literally helps so much because you know exactly how much you're gonna lose. So yeah, that's also that helped me a lot. Um, overconfidence, you just need to stay humble, man. Yeah, exactly. Crazy picky, you just need more technicals. Be picky. It's good to be picky. Enough is enough. Okay, Oksana was asking this question. When is enough enough? Whatever you're satisfied with. If you're like pick a good P&L that's not over the top. like that most of the time when you hit CP, that's it for the day. Like for me again, that $200 thing. Like if when I right when I hit 1R, I scale my 75%, I make my 200 regardless. Okay, cool, I'm done. That satisfies me. Now I'm not saying like $1,000 should satisfy you, right? Because then you're just gonna keep over trading. But have like if you like scale 50% at 1R, but you make like $100 and you're not happy with that, you're gonna continue trading. You know what I mean? So like have a strategy where like mentally you feel like you're done for the day, because that will just like help with not wanting to continue over trading. Um, okay. Does anybody have any more questions? Because we're kind of getting deep into this. My advice: if you're overconfident, watch Fight Club. I was just thinking, hold on, position. You have the you have the opposite problem. No confidence at all. Um, plus CV. You've done all the back testing, right? Plus CV. Did you know about SMR? Did you understand significant gaps that I explained today? Like, did you know that before? Like, was that in your arsenal? I didn't really use that before. Try this. Try like later in the week. Go back test. Taking you rewatch my recording if you need to, but like where we have significant gaps. I think Reliable also has recording on this for free. Yeah, of course, Debbie. Yeah, I'm about to wrap up anyways. Um, try backtesting SMRs. Try backtesting like waiting for significant gaps to break instead of just taking V shapes, right? Understand liquidity more. Like understand what's holding price down, what's really like um locking us in. So I'm gonna post this on YouTube. Alright, anybody else have any more questions? I think I'll wrap it up here. I'll do another session. What does SMR mean? Smart money reversal. So you want to wait for their breaker and CISD. Let me see if Reliable. I think Reliable also has um things. Where is it? You can low-key DM Reliable and just ask him where the SMR stuff is. But yeah, I mean I explained it to like decently. But if my explanation doesn't make sense, you probably can DM Reliable. He probably will answer. Yeah. Um, SMR. Okay, I'll tell you this. I've taken 6 SMR trades in the past like 3 weeks. 0 have lost, and I took 1 loss in the past 3 weeks, and it's because I didn't wait for an SMR. I took the first inverse. And there was like a gap above that was significant, but like I like the momentum on this on the V shape. But if I just waited for the SMR, I would have avoided that loss. So like it really has like improved a lot of my trading. Yeah, like you can avoid so many losses if you just wait for the right gaps to break, what holds down order flow and all that. Okay. Yeah, we're done for the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll send out a post for tomorrow um for another like class. Yeah, of course, guys. I have a good rest of your day. Oh my god. Hold on, bro. This Oksana guy. No, literally. Oksana. what, what does he want? Why are you saying wait? And now he doesn't gonna respond. Wow. Crazy. I mean, dude. Where did it go? Where did he go? I just added him. Alright. No, you guys don't have to be in here. It's over. Bro, alright. Oksana just pissed me off. Barrett.